All right, so happy Friday. I thought that I'd start this video by giving you a little tour of my workspace, my studio, which is not my studio at all. I work in my classroom. So I thought it'd be cool to just give you a little tour of my art classroom. I am a public high school art teacher, and this is my workspace. This is my classroom. It is awesome. I love my classroom. It's Friday afternoon and all the kids have gone home. And I thought I'd just show you my workflow before I do a huge painting session. Also wanted to give you an idea of the prep work that goes behind doing several paintings. I've spent the majority of my planning periods today working on prepping all of this paint. I decided to make some tinted versions of pretty much every color I have available and just refilling a lot of the ones that were getting low, and I go through tons of white, so that is, those two large containers there are my titanium white that I'll probably use up before any of the rest of this today. I've got several blacks there too. There's 3 blacks, and then this one down here is a gray. My metallics, I've got some browns, then I'm working on a couple of purples there. This is the ultramarine, then there's the phthalo blue, there's the teal, that's the phthalo green, got my green gold, Hansa yellow, and I've got an orange mixture there, then my naphthol red and my quinacridone magenta with all the tints that are involved. So each one of those is mixed with Floetrol and GAC 800. That is, those are the two ingredients that I add to my paint. 2 parts Floetrol, 3 parts GAC 800 to 1 part paint pigment, and that gives me the recipe that I go for. The GAC 800 is extremely expensive, but I feel like it is what makes my paintings stand out and gives them a really nice slick surface at the end. It prevents crazing, and I just really like what it does. I do not use silicone in any of my paints. If you're familiar with my previous videos, you know that. I use density of pigments to get my effects with the cellular patterns and such, and that all has to do with why I use golden paints exclusively, because golden gives a really great explanation of their pigment densities on their website. They actually have spreadsheets of that information, which is super helpful. So I put denser pigments on top and less dense pigments underneath, and they fall through each other, and it gives a nice cellular pattern. So that's my paints. Then we will go over here and you'll see my workspace. This is where I'm going to do most of my paintings. I have opened up the shades a bunch here so that I can let in the light and I can get a nice natural light for my videos. I've got a bunch, so that's my tripod and my workspace. You see, I work on a, what is this? This like a drip tray for a washing machine that I got at the hardware store. Learned that trick from Ann Osborne off of YouTube. She's pretty good at the acrylic pouring. Followed her for a while. The paint just peels right up like a big skin, and some people use that for making more art. Mine haven't been incredibly attractive enough to try to salvage. Over here you see all my various cups and stir sticks and such for the pours, and paper towels at the ready. I've got a spray bottle over here on my desk that I'm going to bring over when I think about it. These little medicine cups are really nice if you want to make sure you get equal parts of certain colors. I really like using those. And as you see, I try to reuse them, rinse them off, and reuse them. And then over here on these tables, I've already set up and where my paintings will go as they dry. So I have an ambitious goal, as you can see, to get this many paintings done this evening before I meet up with my family. The level here was to check the levelness of the tables and the level of these canvases so that I can just bring one at a time over to my workspace, make a painting, and then put them right back. I propped them up with styrofoam cups. I hate styrofoam, but that was something that I dug about 1,000 of them out of the trash years ago. It was a senior prank. That was horrible. They filled the hallway with cups of water, but they were styrofoam, and I couldn't stand to see them be thrown in the trash. So I salvaged them and we use them for stuff. So there you have it. I'm going to make some paintings today.